Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Welcome everybody, please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any additions to the agenda, folks? I think so. No. I have no remarks. Open public comment for items not on the agenda. Okay. Town clerk.
Madam Chairman, members of the board, good evening. Gosh, it seems I have something here that I'm gonna miss, and this is probably it.
You come back.
So, things are winding down, and as you know, I am not running again, and will become, other than being a JP, a private citizen, come March the 5th. So we are proceeding toward the election, and we will be looking to find you who are not on the ballot to help out with the election. Because there are several of you that are, and other regular workers are also on the ballot, so they cannot be either. But things are in place for the town meeting on Monday night, March 3rd, and the election all day here on March the 4th. Absentee ballots have begun going out in case you would like one. We can do that. We had a vaccination clinic here Monday with our animal control officer and a veterinarian. Another one will be held on February 17th. Because I didn't want to commit my successor to anything, I didn't schedule any during the month of March. But there are others in other towns, and they do invite you to come to them even if you are a voting resident. Very nice thing that Officer Pinger has done to be able to bring in a vet for people who need rabies vaccine. Well, not people, dogs who need rabies vaccination. I think some people may need rabies vaccination too, for that matter.
The dogs can bring them along.
Top concerns in the office include for me, dealing with our land record system. At some point in this year, the electronic notarization will be the law of the land in Vermont. Vermont's the only state that doesn't have it, and our current vendor, NEMREC, does not. That's multiplied by the fact that NEMREC, by virtue of its additional clients it's taken on, and by the way, I should say, NEMREC is New England Municipal
Resource.
Resource Center. They handle our land records program, and they were down for a time today, especially when a researcher was in the office. Not an optimum way of doing things, and tried to download something from them, and all I saw was, if you're in touch with computer language, the dreaded blue circle of death. So it did come back up later on, but we want to make sure that whatever system we have can be used not only by our staff, but by researchers who are coming in, because they're paying good money to come and get a record for their client, whoever they may be. So we'll be hoping to volunteer on that purpose moving forward when I become a private citizen. But wanted to thank you and everybody for the opportunity for this last 9 years, because as I move forward, I see that we've all got to do a better job in convincing our friends and our neighbors to be part of our local affairs, not those affairs, but I knew I'd get you, Madam Chairman, but local government, that is, volunteer, run for office, all of those things. We need more of you and not less of you. So please, come out to town meeting, vote, and be part of this community you call home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You will do this. Minute approval?
Should we do them separate?
Totally up to you.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the regular meeting minutes of January 21st, 2025, and the special meeting minutes of January 27th, 2025,
As written?
as written.
Okay,
I've got one correction.
there's a correction, okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Tuesday, January 21st. I was present 15 minutes late, so.
I was late too. I mean, I see on the other one, Jean was marked as late. So
I
guess-
was late. Yes,
I know, well, I was late the next one, so we better record that.
All right, children, okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor, Jeff?
Aye to January 21st, abstain January 27th.
Brandon?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Warrant.
I move that we approve payment of the following warrant. 15T accounts payable, $1,949,459.58, and that has our second installment of our school tax. 3S payroll, $10,378.80, and 4S payroll, $11,281.49.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, Jeff?
Aye.
Brandon?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Cemetery deed, Mr. Town Clerk.
Madam Chairman, members of the board, it's amazing growing up in a small town, you almost always run into people that you know or are related to in some way. And tonight, this is a cemetery deed to be given to Norma Struthers, who just for purposes of disclosure is my uncle's stepdaughter. She was Bobo's wife Peg's stepdaughter.
She's my cousin.
So it is a small world, but
It's shrinking.
Small town.
Norma's husband passed away and she became in need of cemetery lots. So she now, pending your vote, will be the proud owner of lots 764 C and D in Tyler Cemetery. And the transaction is for $300 for the lots plus another $200 for the corner markers, making it a total of $500. And I would like the board's motion and the signature once the motion is complete.
Board, what is your pleasure?
I'll
Jean?
try. Madam Chair, I move that we sell Norma Struthers lot 764 C and D in Tyler Cemetery for a total of $500.
Do you have- okay. Is there discussion? All those in favor, Jeff?
Aye.
Brandon?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
Motion carries.
So I will pass this around and thank you all in advance.
And he would come looking for us if we don't
Yes,
give it back.
correct.
His pen.
I'll take that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Friends of Vernon Cemeteries appointments. Georgia Boyce and Rita Muck. Are you sure about this?
Yes, Rita couldn't be here because she was sick. She is sick. But George is here.
And June wants to.
But June Turner would also like to join, but she's not, we didn't put her name on the list. Do I have to put her on the list for the next select board meeting?
Well, does anybody have an objection to adding her? We all know her.
Right.
I mean, we don't need to meet her, we met her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, then would you like to address that and include June Turner on here as well? Whoever makes the motion can make that decision.
Madam Chair, I move that we appoint Georgia Boyce, Rita Mudd, and June Turner to the Friends of Vernon Cemetery Committee.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor, Jeff?
Aye.
Brandon?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
You've got some more legs for work. Okay, 2024 equalization study results, which are as clear as mud.
Yeah, I know, I'm like, I got nothing.
According to this, our education grand list is 401,126,287. Equalization education grand list is 452,871,971. With common level of appraisal is 88.57%. The coefficient of dispersion is 21.35. We have the statewide adjustment, which is 72.36% for a 2024 statewide adjustment applied to your tax rates. 122.4%. Now, you all know exactly what that all means, right?
How's it compare to last year?
That's what I wanted to know.
Did they take the CLA on there?
The CLA is 88.57%.
Are we gonna do another townwide assessment soon? Can I ask that?
I think it starts in 26, doesn't it?
26, they're
Okay, because we're
talking.
10% on, we're more than 10%, okay.
And I don't believe we need to take action on this since the state has already informed us what it will be.
Okay.
The Utility Assessors Agreement. Between the town of Vernon and Sans Souci Associates. For assessing the utilities.
So this isn't for a specific amount of hours, this is just,
Right. Whatever is needed.
whatever's gonna be
Yeah.
hourly.
Rates are
Because they usually present in litigation and mediation as well.
We really need them to, someone to be, that's for sure.
I do believe this is at the same rate as the last agreement.
The same rate?
I think that's what Carol said.
We have their hourly rates, but that's all we have. Michelle, you'll fill in the billing address for them, page 5.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they had it on page 1.
Maybe that's their physical location. Everything's address, okay. So they have 2 addresses on the front page.
Now with Carol retiring, should there be another name or just leave that blank?
on the first page.
Yeah.
I
The
think-
authorized contact.
Right now, if we are entering this contract now, she's still it, so.
Oh, we could list Bill, we could list Chad as well,
It's true.
just list the board. And that way whoever remains,
It does say Vernon Board of Listers.
and they all do have access to that email address,
Yeah.
and emails coming in,
That's good.
so there's that information.
What is your pleasure, board?
We've done business with these guys, and we're happy with the results.
Forever, we've done business.
Yeah.
They know our utilities really well.
If you would like me to get these changes addressed and additional information for the next meeting, I can do that as well.
You have time?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't
Just
you
receive
receive this meeting? Okay, old business, town bus.
Okay, I believe everyone has a copy of the cost for the 16-passenger bus. And we really, he's the only person who's left. We had 2 people who were involved in the bidding and 1 person dropped out a long time ago. So, and you have the cost for the 14, 15, and 16.
So I keep wrangling with this idea of kids being in this because after speaking to people the last meeting, children can't be transported unless they're in a yellow bus, I was told. And if you're talking about transporting the preschool kids or, you know, so
Is that for like insurance purposes or
it's the law.
the law?
I mean, that's,
Who told you that?
Well, Janez Jobin was here last time, and they need
Janez.
they need a
Okay.
school bus CDL endorsement.
yeah, even with the,
Not with the 14-passenger one, you don't.
Not with the 14, but
but for transporting children,
there was,
You're saying they have to be in yellow bus.
it has to be a
Multifunctional bus.
school
So
bus
maybe
driver.
we don't need the,
I don't know what to tell you because I'm like hearing like you can't take the kids in this regular,
so why spend an extra 20,000?
but then some feel that just do it, you know, and have it.
have we checked with the preschool, would they utilize, I mean, is it something they would use?
Well, they have more kids than there are seats.
That's what, yeah.
So they have
So
parents.
Well, yeah, and parents gotta drive them.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean, I had to drive my kid around, so
yeah.
can't give, you know. I
Where
don't
they
see
get-
spending a huge amount of money and it's like, well, put a bunch of kids in your car
Yeah.
as a parent.
Or get a school bus,
That's typically what they do.
Or
you know, they,
You ran one?
I mean, I
Mhm.
don't think that would cost $20,000.
No, they do it for field trips for all the other grades,
Yeah.
so why wouldn't they do it for preschool? That makes sense.
So I don't know, I just have like, feel like I'm hearing conflicting things.
Yeah.
Did we decide if we want to go 14 or 16, the under or over CDL limitation, I guess is the next question.
Well, we did talk about doing the 16 so
Yeah.
that the CDL was required and we could keep them under all of those regulations. Otherwise, you basically kind of had anybody jumping in the bus and going. And the seniors were not thrilled with that idea.
No, because they were happy with the bus drivers that we have. I frequently use the van, so right now we're happy with the 2 drivers that we have,
Yeah.
Rita and Cindy.
Yeah, oh, they seem like they've been
And I
good,
think
good for you guys.
Jamez has indicated that maybe he might be interested in at some point in time
Oh, good.
being the van driver, and he has a CDL, so.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good.
But we had like, at one meeting, a lot of discussion about the qualifications of the driver, which would be pretty much none for the 14
Yeah.
passenger. Or going where you had to have a CDL and a qualified driver. So,
Yeah, if you're gonna get 15, you might as well get the 16. We have a lot of seniors. It's growing all the time.
Yeah.
good.
We're trying to encourage more people to take the van. I think the other day we had 7 of us on the van when we went to Keene, and we go shopping, and we go to lunch, and we go to Market Basket.
nice.
And
Good.
there's some trips where the bus is pretty full.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
like the flower show is packed.
Yeah,
So different things encourage other people to come out. Going to like the Dummerson meals, the Newfane meals, it's basically 5 or 6 of the same people
yeah,
that are going to those. But some of those people, that's their only socialization. They live alone, and, you know, it's an opportunity for them to talk with other people, get out, have a meal, take an
Nice.
extra meal back home.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
All right, so this one is the 16 passenger.
We've got it, the capital.
Yeah,
plan.
yeah, it would come in around 104,000 without the 20K for child seats.
Yeah,
Because I agree with you, we're not gonna use the child seats.
Why?
Why spend 20 grand on them?
did we ever get a trading value on the current bus?
Not yet.
No. Did they give you a trade-in value?
We don't know because he would have to, if we make a decision, he has to come and check out the bus.
Now, this is the bus they have in stock, right?
No, and
No.
he had the 14 passenger, and I believe he doesn't have this.
Okay.
But
So, did you already speak?
I'd like to move that we direct our town administrator to purchase the bus without the childhood seats in it for $104,024.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Well,
Discussion.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Less the trade-in,
Yeah, very good.
which we don't have a number on, but I guess that will reflect in the final cost and just get put back in the capital plan.
Right. So, as amended, let's the trade-in.
Friendly amendment for a second?
Second? Yeah.
Okay. Any further discussion? Yes, Jean?
No, I was just like, is that what you wanted?
All
Second.
those,
Second.
Oh, yeah.
okay. Now let's go to child seats. Okay. All those in favor, Jeff?
Aye.
Brandon?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
The motion carries. Thank you for all your hard work on this. You must have been doing it.
You're out.
Linda did most of it.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
Let's
us.
give her credit.
That's great.
Well, it was,
Linda
appreciated all the
Sarapinsky,
information,
she's sick right
you
now.
know, to really make a good decision, I think. Yeah, so thank you for all of
I think it's
that.
great that Jamez came too to speak on it.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Municipal ethics and conflict of interest training.
So the state has mandated all municipal officials, most employees, committees, commissions to undergo municipal ethics and conflict of interest training. To do that, we need to put a few things in place, like adopting an ordinance for enforcement, posting whistleblower documentation, as well as the whole code of ethics on the website. So I have put together the enforcement ordinance for you to review, and if everyone's okay with that, then it would be a public hearing / meeting to adopt it at the next meeting. And we would also need to appoint a state liaison and person to accept complaints and to do all the legwork on that. As far
Do
as
that
the
at next
investigating.
meeting Also,
Yeah, we can add that to the agenda for the next meeting. So this is all the information as it came down from the state. Chapter 60, this is the code of ethics, and this would need to be posted on the town website. I have the link for the training for everybody to take. I've taken it myself. I can send that out to everyone who is mandated to take the training.
Tim said you took it today, right?
Yes, and everyone must take the training before, I think, the end of September.
That includes committees and
Yes.
boards and such.
Mhm.
So, do I have to take it twice?
No.
Yeah, once for every.
If the first time doesn't take,
Yeah.
If you fail the first time.
And you're on Wyndham Regional, so that's another time.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
Shelley,
Come on in,
I
you can.
get, I don't know if it's time for discussion or not.
Yes, go ahead.
Does the state also hold themselves to a code of ethics?
They do have a different, different ethics training for different things. I think the state employees have similar but slightly different.
Okay.
This is more catered and this is more tailored for municipalities specifically.
All right,
So they do also have same training that they are held accountable
it
for.
would be a little hypocritical if they didn't hold
No.
themselves to the same code of ethics that they are
Oh, I agree.
municipalities.
Okay, would this be appropriate time to bring up these suggestions or? Okay. In the code of ethics investigation, sub E on page 2, section 4, sub E, it says, no person will be adversely affected in either their volunteer or employment status with the municipality as a result of bringing a complaint. And I thought that maybe we should add one that said a person can't be adversely affected same way as a result of being accused. You know, they don't say anything about that. Once somebody's accused, I don't think that's a stamp that they should have and be in their record unless they go before the committee and get, hey, yeah, you did do this, or they go, yeah, I admit it. But just the accusation, I don't think should be grounds for being able to mess with them at all, ever.
So they're innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
So can the select board vote to pardon people?
Yes, because
See if you can do it.
And I
investigation,
take this seriously.
yeah, once the investigation comes down and it comes down to the legislative body to make a determination. So you guys get to have partake in the fun.
That's good. I didn't think of it.
Sandy,
Yeah,
who has to take this course?
anybody that does stuff in town.
So volunteers would have to do it. Is it done online?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's done online.
There's a list, cemetery commissioner.
If you're reading through this guy and you get to
I think
enforcement
I think it's committee.
against elected officers, that's a sub A. And then, you get down a little ways in this, let me make sure that's the right place. It says that you go into executive session to admonish somebody, but it also says the accused can select to have it public. All right, now I think that's contradiction. You either do it in executive session because it's not public, or you make it so it's public, you know, one or the other.
Well, I think that the accused would have that right.
Yes,
They do now, regardless,
They
yeah.
do.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, so
All right,
it's not like saying no matter what, it's
Even
gonna
if
be
it's-
public.
even
You
if
know,
it's
they
an
could have it
employee,
it
private.
just sounded like, you know, it was gonna be, you know, either way. Okay, in the other document, in the conflict of interest document, I have a quote that I thought would be germane for this. I've fooled with this a little bit before. Where I say a conflict of interest in a municipality occurs when a person's interest could impact their ability to act impartially in their official role. This could be due to financial, family, or other personal factors. And I think that should be added in the definition of what's,
So you're taking out the personal, like, the municipality occurs when a person's personal interest, you're taking the personal out,
yeah,
you're taking that out.
right.
What do you guys think?
That's in.
I think it's just a little more inclusive, you know.
These are his notes.
Okay.
There's so many times when they talk about an appearance of it, so, I think this gets a little closer to the definition of what an appearance would be. You know, where there's a direct influence with some business you're doing or your family or the items are listed there. Again, I was reading these things till I was cross-eyed, so if I come up with something that's a little iffy, you know why.
I think in our dog ordinance, we have the term reasonable individual.
Yeah.
And no one's ever figured out what that was.
Oh, I got a definition of it.
Not me.
Okay, what's your definition?
Listen to this.
I look
A reasonable individual is a hypothetical person who acts with ordinary care, judgment, and skill. The reasonable person standard is a legal concept and is used to evaluate a person's behavior in a given situation.
But then when you get to court, they say it's reasonable.
I know.
Didn't we have that with the dog problem?
Yep.
We're not reasonable.
You wanna see a reasonable person?
Yeah, I'm worried if I was gonna pardon him. I'm glad you think so, Ms. Whitney.
So anyway, those are some suggestions that I had for these documents. They're,
Did the town attorney look it over yet?
This came from the state.
Can we even
I'm sure it came
edit
from their
that
attorneys.
change?
Which I'm sure they're looking
Actually-
out for our interests.
He sent me a lot of this information,
Okay,
and he cited a lot of this information,
okay,
so,
good.
yeah. This actually came through the VLCT as well. They have links to all this information. Try to simplify it,
So,
if it's possible.
on the draft, some of these positions, we don't even have. Unless Heidi's husband's running for mayor, you know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a broad umbrella,
So,
cover everything.
I can see, you put it,
Mayor?
it's a definition, and who knows, someday maybe, we'll have a mayor. Probably
you
not.
running?
No, never. So I don't know,
Okay.
I wasn't opposed to have a catch-all bunch of lists, but you're right, it's like, okay,
You can tell it's generic from the state.
yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
so we'll be having a hearing on this next meeting.
Next meeting, yeah, if everyone is in agreement.
Town admin report.
Okay, let's see. Town hall lighting replacement has been completed. I'd like to acknowledge the highway crew for removing and upgrading the current stair railing at the back entrance of the building going into the basement. The railing is now up to code, it's 80% done. It'll be completed after the new wheelchair lift has been installed, as it will have to be taken out, upgraded and replaced again. The highway crew is also adding additional support to the wall where the chairlift tower will need to be anchored, and this work is saving the town a few $1,000s. The wheelchair lift is due to be installed in 2 weeks. The 2024 annual report will be delivered to the town hall in the next few weeks. It is on the town website. I've emailed an electronic copy to everybody here. I'll be taking the next 2 Thursdays off, and I'd also like to note that I'm going to be looking at the personnel policy updates through the VLCT, is now with this new state mandate of the ethics and conflict of interest, that's gonna have to be added to the personnel policy. So if anyone, I don't know if everybody here has a copy of it, if anyone has any particular segments that they would like looked at, I'm gonna be going through it and seeing if they have any additions or updates to the VLCT model, which we used to come up with our new updated personnel policy back in 2023. So, and that's all I have to add.
Our next meeting is February 18th. Don't forget Valentine's Day, folks. And I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's not debatable. All those in favor, Jack?
Aye.
Brandon?
Aye.
Jane?
Aye.
Jane? We are adjourned at 7:05.